The biggest lessons I've learned in my life are here. Through different topics, I'm going to inspire and motivate you to reach your success and your dreams. I'm so grateful that you're here on Journey to Success. So let's enjoy my next episode together. Hi guys, my name is Fabio from the Fabio Podcast, Journey to Success, and today we're going to talk about this new book. The name of the book is The Alchemist, a fable about following your dream. I really like the title. So, description. It says, Paulo Coelho, so the writer is Paulo Coelho's masterpiece tells the mystical story of Santiago, an Andalusian shepherd boy who yearns to travel in search of a worldly treasure. His quest will lead him to riches far different and far from satisfying than he ever imagined. Santiago's journey teaches us about the essential wisdom of listening to our heart, of recognizing opportunity and learning to read the omens strewn along life's path, and most importantly, to follow our dreams. So, one of my favorite books. So this is a let's say a review or a feedback from Will Smith. One of my favorite books is The Alchemist of Paulo Coelho, and I just believe that I can create whatever I want to create if I will put my head on right, study it, learn the patterns. I just feel very strongly that we are who we are, that we are who we choose to be. Brené Brown says, love it. There is a great quote in The Alchemist: when you are on the right path, the universe conspires to help you. Beautiful. Anthony Robbins, also author of Awaken the Giant Within, he says, a remarkable tale about the most magical of all journeys, the quest to fulfill one's destiny. Okay, I didn't read yet the book, but I really like it. So let's read it. All right. Okay. Life gets busy. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, been gathering dust on your bookshelf. Instead, learn the key insight now. We're scratching the surface in the Alchemist summary. If you don't already have the book, order the book or the audiobook for free on Amazon to learn the juicy details. Because as you know, guys, sometimes I like to read stories, read books from different portals, different websites, where this website make literally short resume. And the app is Story Shots, and you can of course you can download the app. The app is free. There is one, if I'm wrong, you can pay for it for like €3-4 per month, or there is a lifetime subscription for €50, or if I'm wrong, but you can also get a daily free book. So just have a look. Introduction. Do you have a personal legend? You probably do, even if you don't know it yet. Your personal legend is what you want to achieve in life. In The Alchemist, Paulo Coelho explores this theme through the mystical tale of a shepherd boy named Santiago. He thinks his desired goal is to find treasure, but after going on a long, difficult quest, he realizes his true goal, or personal legend, is what he learns along the way. Since it was first published in 1988, The Alchemist has delighted and inspired millions of people around the world. Of course, then it says read our summary to discover why. About Paulo Coelho. Paulo Coelho is a Brazilian writer who specializes in spirituality-inspired novels. Coelho had a troubled childhood and rebelled against his Catholic parents' religion. Subsequently, they committed him to a psychiatric hospital on 3 occasions. Coelho used this hardship and his spiritual awakening while on his 500-mile journey to Santiago de Compostela as inspiration for his books. Before becoming a writer, Coelho engaged with multiple professions. He has worked as a lawyer, songwriter, actor, journalist, and theater director. The Alchemist was initially a slow seller, but has grown to become the most translated book by a living author. Coelho lets the world around him guide his writing. His ritual is to begin writing a novel when he sees a white feather in January of an odd year. Okay, credit from Wikimedia. We have his page. I don't think you care about it since we are in a podcast. Anyway, chapter 1. Dreaming is what makes life interesting. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. That's what Paulo Coelho says. The main characters in The Alchemist is a shepherd called Santiago. The story starts with Santiago pondering the nature of his work. Santiago is close to his animals. He calls each of them by name. His schedule revolves around them, and he has conversations with them. Recently, Santiago's conversations have been about a girl he met a year ago. He met her in the village that is the next destination on his journey. Santiago hasn't stopped thinking about this girl all year. She's a merchant's daughter he met while delivering a wool to a shop where she was browsing. The shop owner bought the wool from Santiago and encouraged him to return a year later. Hence, Santiago is on the way back to the village where they first met the girl. Santiago views his shepherding life as providing him with considerable freedom. He allows his sheep to lead the way and eventually finds a new path. However, Santiago realizes this is not a real discovery. He once dreamed of traveling the world. He accepts that dreaming about what you don't have is what makes life interesting. This is why he has been dreaming for a year about seeing this girl again. Chapter 2. We all have a personal legend we want to achieve. There are 2 key themes in The Alchemist: personal legends and pursuing your dream. So let's talk first about personal legends. Once Santiago reaches Tarifa, his last stop before the village where his dream girl lives, he visits an old gypsy woman. This woman claims she can interpret dreams. Santiago has had a recurring dream where a child shows him the location of some treasure. However, he wakes up just before he finds out exactly where it is. The gypsy woman tells Santiago this treasure is legitimate. She explains to him the dream are the language used by the soul of the world to communicate with people. The woman accepts as a payment 1/10 of the treasure when Santiago finds it. Upon leaving the gypsy woman's house, Santiago sits in the plaza to read a book. An old man comes up to him and tells him he has read the book. The man reveals himself to be Melchizedek, the king of Salem. He bestows wisdom upon Santiago. This wisdom is that the world believes fate prevents people from achieving their personal legend. Personal legends are dreams that people have want to achieve their entire life. Just as the gypsy woman said, Melchizedek explains that personal legends comes from the soul of the world. However, fear and routine obscure our personal legend. I would like to stop here. Beautiful. It is a beautiful book. something that I wanted to say is that, however fear and routine obscure our personal legend, it is true. We are so focused to live our life. Before we go through, if you're enjoying this podcast, please consider taking just 3 seconds to share it with someone else. It is a small gesture that could make a big difference in someone's day. Now, sit back and enjoy the rest of the episode. Like the rest of the people. And then we also wish to be special. You cannot do that. I mean, if you really want to be special, if you really want to achieve your dream, if you really want to achieve success, you have to follow a different path. And most of the times, maybe all the time, the path you are going to follow, the path of success, is different than other paths, you know? Paths like, I don't know, like be in the school and get your degree, have a family, have an ordinary life. There is nothing wrong on that, yeah. I mean, there is truly nothing wrong. I love the ordinary life as well. I love my home. I love my woman. I would like to have a child one day. It's beautiful to have a simple life. But at the same time, what happened, we are so much focused to live our ordinary lives that then we forget our dreams. And it's very pity. Let's continue. Melchizedek. Okay, just I go a little bit before so you don't miss the point, guys. So personal legends are dreams that people have wanted to achieve their entire life. Just as the gypsy woman say, Melchizedek explains that personal legends come from the soul of the world. However, fear and routine obscure a personal legend. Melchizedek, guys, I don't know if it's Melchizedek or Melchizedek. Let's say it's Melchizedek. Okay, so let's go forward. So Melchizedek explains to Santiago that he only appears to people who are ready to achieve their dreams. He will tell Santiago about the treasure in his dream if the boy gives him 1/10 of his ship. Pursuing your dreams. So this is another title. After the liberation, Santiago decides his ship and the merchant's daughter were merely steps on the way to his personal legend, like the treasure. He decides to sell his flock immediately and gives Melchizedek 6 sheep for free. Melchizedek tells Santiago to always follow the omens and gives Santiago 2 stones. 1 stone is black and called Urim, meaning yes, and the other is white and called Tumim, meaning no. These stones will help Santiago if he struggles to understand the omens. With the money from selling his flock, Santiago buys a ticket from Tarifa to Africa and sets sails to find the treasure. Upon arriving in Tangiers, Santiago realizes that obtaining his personal legend will be more complicated than he first imagined. For starters, he does not speak Arabic. While sitting alone in a bar, a young man approaches Santiago. In Spanish, the man offers to help him get to the Egyptian pyramids where the treasure lies. However, when the young man offers to help Santiago buy a camel, he robs him of all his money. Santiago weeps with despair. He has nothing and asks the stones if Melchizedek's blessing is still with him. The answer is yes, so Santiago continues on his journey toward obtaining his dreams. Wandering the streets in search of opportunities, Santiago comes across a crystal shop struggling financially. Santiago cleans the front window and the owner offers him a job. The owner is willing to pay Santiago enough to save up for a new flock of sheep and his passage back home. Santiago agrees and takes the job. Personal legend explained. Personal legends serve as the only means by which a person can live a satisfying life. Those who put off their personal legends will suffer from a regret and fail to experience the wealth associated with achieving them. Additionally, following your personal legends will allow the world to bestow favors upon you. The novel even explains that natural elements must aim to achieve their personal legend. For example, alchemy involves turning metal into its own personal legend. Gold. Chapter 3. Everything happens for a reason. Oh my God, everything happens for a reason. This phrase is so powerful, truly. The first time that when I knew my the one that now is my current my fiance, and so it was about like 4 years ago now. In February it's 4 years, and I remember that I can be very punitive with myself sometimes. I can be very strong when I make some decision and this decision don't go through in a way that I wished. That's a problem that I had. Now I'm better. Well, I'm more than better because now I accept failures. And it's not even that I accept failures. Failure is my friend. I see failure as a teacher, who teach you how to correct your path. Before it wasn't like that. So something that she used to say was, she always says that everything happens for a reason. And now I use this phrase, these 3 words, right? Everything happens for a reason. It is so powerful. I use literally everywhere. Maybe sometimes also to justify bad things that happen around my life. But I have to say, this phrase helps a lot. Everything happens for a reason. So, chapter 3. Let's go forward. After obtaining enough money to buy another flock and travel home, Santiago has a conversation with the crystal shop owner. He asks for the owner's blessing to go home. Although the owner gives his blessing, he also tells Santiago that he knows he will not return to Spain. He says Santiago will continue to pursue his personal legend. Santiago accepts he is far from home and closer to the Egyptian pyramids and the treasure. He takes a chance and starts living in a caravan in the desert to search for the treasure. While living here, just a small note, this situation with pyramids, Egypt, remind me a trip that I had this year. It was in Morocco. I know it's pretty far, We're not talking about Egypt, we're talking about Morocco. But Morocco has the most beautiful desert in the world. It's the Sahara, but the side part of Morocco has truly the most beautiful dunes, so big, like you see in the movie. I love it. Let's go forward. While living here, he meets an Englishman in search of his own personal legend. Melchizedek also gave this man Urim and Tumimim. Santiago realizes the series of events he has experienced have all guided him closer to his personal legend. Even being robbed was part of his journey toward to find the treasure, and that's the phrase, everything happens for a reason. While traveling across the desert, the Englishman talks to Santiago about the soul of the world. He describes this as the principle that governs all things. If we have an intuition or genuinely want something, we are immersed in the soul of the world. Santiago reads some of the Englishman's alchemy books. He discovered that almost all famous alchemists dedicated their lives to realizing the personal legend. However, Santiago wants to read the world's omens through everyday life, rather than the old books. Chapter 4. Love helps you hear the soul of the world. The caravan finally reaches the oasis where an alchemist has been waiting for its arrival. This alchemist knew from reading the desert's omens that someone in the caravan saw them out. At this time, a war is taking place between the tribes of the desert. This war makes the desert too dangerous to cross. Therefore, the caravan must stay at the oasis indefinitely. Santiago meets a beautiful girl, Fatima, at a well and falls in love with her. So I think Santiago forgot the the beautiful woman in the shop, by the way. He learns that being in love helps you hear the language of the soul of the world. Santiago starts meeting Fatima at the well every day. He tells her about his story and everything he has learned during his journey. Santiago's vision saves him. Okay, this is a small chapter. Santiago is so in love with Fatima. He tells her he wants to marry her. He's even thinking about giving up on his quest so he can be with her. Fatima tells Santiago she understands he needs to find the treasure to realize his life goals. While pondering this alone on the outskirts of the oasis, Santiago has a vision of an invading army. After consulting one of the caravan's guides, Santiago resolves to tell the oasis chiefs what the desert's omens have shown him. After he tells them, they deliberate and decide to prepare for war. This war is against the oasis tradition, as the area is usually considered neutral ground. The chiefs make a deal with Santiago. If the enemy arrives, they will give Santiago a gold piece for every 10 enemies slain. If Santiago's vision is wrong, he will be killed. Walking home from his meeting with the chiefs, Santiago is pensive but sure he has made the right decision. Santiago is ambushed. A man with a falcon on his shoulder, dressed all in black and riding a white horse, assails Santiago. The attacker holds a sword to Santiago's head and demands to know how he knew of the approaching army. Santiago is frightened and explains to the man about the omens of the desert and his personal legend. He says he had no choice. To Santiago's surprise, the man understands completely. He leaves, telling Santiago to find him if he survives in the coming days. As the horseman rides away, Santiago realizes he has just met the alchemist. The next day, the men of the oasis kill all the intruders. Subsequently, the oasis chefs award Santiago 50 pieces of gold and ask him to become the oasis consular. Instead, Santiago makes the difficult decision of leaving Fatima and the opportunity to become a consular. He chooses to pursue his personal legend alongside the alchemist. Chapter 5. Our true treasure is not always what we think it is. Through Santiago's journey in the Alchemist, Paulo Coelho teaches us that the treasure we're aiming for may not be our true goal. And here I want to stop a little bit. This is so true, right? So I'm going to talk about my dreams. When I was a child, I think I was like maybe 18 or 20 years ago, no, even a child. Yeah, I think I was maybe my 18th birthday. Then I went to the bed and I prayed God. I say, God, I really want to achieve success. I'm gonna give you everything. I think I say like, if I achieve success, I'm gonna give you, I don't know, part of my money, like in a percentage way. Yeah, I'm gonna give you 10-20% of what I earn, or something like that, like to children and and something like that. If I think right now about it, I don't know, it's a little bit shameful though, but very curious. Yeah, I mean, I was literally say to God, like, hey, just give me success and I'll give you something back. But regardless that, during my path to success, I never imagined I would have had this podcast, you know, and talking about success today, right now that I'm 34 years old. I started with everything. I started with trading, binary option, selling websites and web agency. There was a moment in my life I understood it's not about money, but it is about how you can give value to the people. And then money comes later indirectly. So I didn't think anymore how to monetize. I just thought how to give value to the people, forgetting how to monetize. So I spent more than 10 years, around 10 years, to understand how to monetize something. And that's one of the big mistakes, right? If you think about it, we are so focused to understand how to monetize our dream, but if you are so much focused to monetize your dream, you will never get your dream at the first place. So first you have to give value, make the dream comes true, and then of course we live in a world where we need money, and money is not that such bad concept if you know how to use it. But hey, first you have to give value, make your dream come true, and then of course money will come. But what I'm trying to say here, it's a small note. It should be a small note, but it's not. This chapter is so real, it's so true. So our true treasure is not always what we think it is. So I try out everything. There was a moment that, no, more than a moment, there was years that I was thinking to give value to the people, singing or acting, something that I still want to do in my life, even if I'm 34 years old. But the age is just a concept, just something that I understood these years. So you are never late. If you're really focused on something, if you really want to achieve something, you are never late. No worries about it. But the point is that I never thought I would have been here talking with my broken English and say to all of you stories about success, how to reach success, and etc., 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 learning from it as well, because I consider myself still okay, I don't want to say a beginner or starter, because I want to be real with myself, since I dedicated more than 10 years about it. But I feel I still need to learn a lot. Learn a lot from myself, learn a lot from the people around me, learn a lot from you guys, learn from everyone. Right, let's go forward. Nearing the treasure. Why do we have to listen to our hearts? Because whatever your heart is, that is where you'll find your treasure. Paulo Coelho. Santiago travels across the desert with the alchemist. He grows restless, wanting to learn more about the alchemist's secrets. However, the alchemist explains that although he has learned much, some things cannot be taught. Santiago must learn these things himself. The alchemist also explains that men complicate matters by seeking their personal legends treasures without leaving their personal legends. He advises Santiago to listen to his heart. When nearing the treasure, the two men are traveling through dangerous lands. Santiago's heart is becoming agitated. He hears from the soul of the world about others who have failed to find their fortune. He's scared and wants to return to Fatima. However, he learns to be at peace with these worries. War catches up with the travelers. This is another chapter. A warring tribe captures the travelers and threatens to kill them. To save their lives, the alchemist gives the tribe all Santiago's money and tells them Santiago is a powerful wizard. He says Santiago can turn himself into the wind and destroy them. The tribesmen do not believe them but give Santiago 3 days to prove his powers. Although the alchemist is unaffected, Santiago continues to worry about proving his abilities. On the 3rd day, he goes to the top of a cliff. He tries to speak to the desert and explains he needs to turn himself into the wind to return to his love, Fatima. However, the desert doesn't know how to do this. Santiago then asks the wind, but the wind is unaware of what love is. Finally, the sun suggests Santiago ask the end that wrote all. Santiago begins to pray. His prayer is not a request, but an acknowledgement that his heart and the soul of the world are the same. Upon this realization, Santiago turns into the wind. The tribesmen arrive to learn what Santiago has disappeared. Then he reappears on the other side of the camp. Impressed, the tribal chiefs let the two travelers go and give them a guide to find their destination. The alchemist leaves Santiago. The next day, the alchemist takes his leave at the Coptic monastery. Santiago continues his travels and reaches the pyramids where the treasure is located. He realizes the real treasure in life is not the gold or jewels that lie there. It is the wisdom he has gained on his way to the pyramids and his love for Fatima. Santiago is happy to walk back home at this point. However, the alchemist tells him to listen to his heart. His heart tells him to start digging in the spot where was a scarab beetle. As he is digging, some men approach him and beat him savagely. They also take all his money. Santiago tries to explain what he's doing and how he has come to be there. The men tell him that he's a fool and have the same recurring dream. They dreamed of treasure in Spain, but say they were not stupid enough to chase after their dream. Santiago has been beaten down, but is ecstatic. He now knows where his treasure lies. The alchemist teaches us lessons about fear, dreams, fate, and omens. Coelho teaches us many lessons through the story of Santiago and his quest to find treasure. Fear of failure, is the primary obstacle Santiago must overcome on his journey. Through the book, wise individuals tell Santiago this fear becomes irrelevant if you faithfully pursue your dreams. This wisdom is supported by the times Santiago truly pursued his dreams, like turning himself into the wind. Dreams. Although dreams are common in The Alchemist, the most important dream is Santiago's personal legend. Personal legends enlighten the characters and form communication with the soul of the world. You can use life goals to guide you through hardships. What's more, the possibility of achieving your dream is what makes life interesting. Fate. Many characters use the term maktub in the book. Maktub means it is written. Santiago's story shows that fate always cooperates with those in pursuit of their personal legends. Everything in the universe conspires to help you achieve what you desire. Therefore, you should remain focused on your goals and find comfort in the belief that your destiny is already written in the world's history. Just a small note. This is something that I sometimes see and read, and when I'm around on my way to read different books. This phrase here. Therefore, you should remain focused on your goals and find comfort in the belief that your destiny is already written in the world's history. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like to believe that. It's not the first time that I see something like that my destiny is already written. Like, okay, if my destiny is already written, then if I achieve success, so I have to say thanks to who? Basically, to me? No. Because I didn't use my strength. So it doesn't matter how much strength I used to achieve success. Anyway, it was written in my destiny. I don't know. As a concept, as I said, there is so much that I have to learn, and I have to learn to accept. But here it's maybe I'm a fairy tale person, but I like to think that we are the one who write our destiny, So if I see a homeless person in the city, I always like to think that that person, unfortunately, for unfortunate reason, he right now is there. Okay, understandable, but he has the right to find the strength to change his life. But if this is not true, if our destiny is already written in the world history, right? So then nothing. Then nothing to do. Nothing to do. You have been poor and you stayed poor, or you born poor and you're gonna be successful one day and a very rich man, and whatever. We cannot write anything. I don't want to think this. I truly want to think that we are the one who write our destiny. And who knows, maybe one day we're gonna, one day we're gonna die and we're gonna be in front of God or whoever, which mystical being is gonna be in front of us, and then maybe it's gonna show us some book, and that is gonna say, listen, that's the book of your life. It was already written so many I don't know so many ages ago, and then nothing, that we cannot do anything about it. But until the moment I'm gonna die and I'm gonna be in front of this entity, I really would like to think that I can change my destiny. Thank you. Omens. Okay, this is another part. So we have fear, dreams, fate, and omens. Omens allow you to find your meaning no matter the environment. This is because omens are part of the universal language of the world. We should also try to find meaning in random events. Every event can be applied to our personal legend and consider another step toward achieving our goals. You'll be happy if you keep your eyes on the present. Life will be a grand party for you because life is the moment you are living now. Don't be a sheep. The sheep in the Alchemist are symbolic. Although Santiago cares for his sheep, he also understands they lack something he has. He understands his sheep do not have the same capacity as him to have a personal legend. This is why they follow him wherever he goes. Before Santiago started chasing his dream, he was like a sheep. He followed orders and was focused on material desire and social acceptance, something that we said before. Identifying your personal legend is vital in preventing you from becoming dependent on others. Guys, if you choose your dreams, you're gonna be different than others, and because you are gonna choose a different path, and that different path allow you to become whatever you want to be in the future. Hardship helps you find your true personal legend. Santiago's journey to find this personal legend wasn't easy. The Alchemist is filled with challenging times for Santiago. He was robbed, abducted, and threatened with death, then beaten and robbed again. However, Santiago ends the book happier than he was before embarking on this journey. The most important takeaway message from this book is that desiring a goal in life is where we gain happiness. A life of challenges in pursuit of personal legend is happier than a safe and directionless life. According to Coelho, the secret of life is to fall 7 times and to get up 8 times. Beautiful. Oh my god, beautiful quote. Never heard that. Final summary review. The Alchemist tells the mystical story of Santiago. This Andalusian shepherd boy yearns to travel in search of a worldly treasure. Santiago regards this treasure as his personal legend. However, his quest to obtain this treasure leads him to different riches that are far from satisfying. Santiago experiences hardship, love, and friendship. He also learns that staying focused on a life goal provides him with the drive to carry on. The pursuit of the dream becomes more important than outcome. Beaten and exhausted, Santiago is happier than before embarking on this journey. What is your personal legend? And here, of course, there is this phrase. So what is your personal legend? Tag us on social media and tell us what your true goal is in life. As I said, it's a beautiful book, and you should download story shots. You should also buy the book. I never this is my first time I'm reading this book in terms of reassume, so for sure I'm gonna buy it, because I'm sure there is a lot in this book that we don't know yet. And this, guys, thank you for being here in all our journey to achieve success. And good luck with your life. And don't forget to achieve your dream, because your dreams are waiting for you to be achieved. Okay, and see you soon, and thank you so much, and to the next episode. Cheers. Here we are. Congratulations, you just finished my entire episode. So the only thing I ask is to take a moment to give Journey to Success a rating. By the way, thank you so much for being here on Journey to Success. I'm very grateful. Thank you, and see you next time.